Cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is the act of harassing, threatening, intimidating, or overall behaving in a aggressive or hostile manner towards an individual or a group. This form of aggressive behavior differs from the traditional form of bullying in that it primarily takes place through electronic communications. However, despite its difference with traditional bullying, cyberbullying has proven to be just as detrimental, if not more so, than traditional bullying. With the advent of the internet, cyberbullying has slowly replaced traditional bullying and has become the more dominant form of deviant behaviors. And with how influential social media has become, the negative effects of cyberbullying will continue to be widespread and powerful enough to leave lasting negative impacts. How far is the reach of cyberbullying? While cyberbullying on a micro level may not seem like a huge issue, the shockwaves that such negative behaviors create can ripple across cultures, classes, society itself. This type of bullying can affect a large portion of society, especially adolescent population, in such short amount of time. In a study done by Patton in 2014, the study showed that 90% of adolescents reported using the internet on a regular basis, while 70% reported having at least one social media profile on a social media networking site. These social networking sites include sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Unfortunately, it is on these very sites that most of the cyberbullying is perpetuated. In another study survey done by the National Crime Victimization Survey, they looked at students between ninth and 12th grade and surveyed to see how many of those students had experienced cyberbullying. Within those grades, it was estimated that 2.2 million students had experienced cyberbullying. Study, Studies also show that this number will continue to rise as more and more adolescents gain access to smartphones, computers, laptops, and the internet. Unfortunately, while that number may seem high, there is a possibility that the number is even greater than what is documented. Many students could be avoiding reporting to adults their cyberbullying or the fact that they are being bullied. Some reasons for avoiding gaining attention for being bullied is fear of retaliation, the fear of not being believed, and in other cases, the possibility that if the situation is ignored, then the problem will eventually go away. What is the cause of cyberbullying? Some of the causes as to why some would choose to bully others can vary from person to person. For example, one reason might be that they are looking for revenge, that they are a victim of bullying themselves and are retaliating against those who bullied them. Another is control or dominance. Some do it purely for entertainment value. There are those who do it to follow the majority. And with those, they are either looking for two things: to be accepted by the majority, or they follow along with the bullying in order to avoid their own bullying by agreeing with the majority, almost a survival instinct. Another reason could be emotional projection. It could be the reason that, sorry, with emotional projection, the bully could see something in their victim that they hold important to themselves and are unable to express that, or the bullies, could be under emotional stress and simply looked for someone who was, in their eyes, weak enough to take out their frustrations and possible feelings of hopelessness on in an effort to make them feel better about themselves. I had placed shifting victimhood but realized it was the same as revenge. So I will talk on a different topic, such as bullying being a learned behavior. In that sense, in that sense, the child may have learned to pick up their bullying habits at home from parental figures and simply are copying that behavior and the consequences of cyberbullying can be far-reaching. Consequences can deal with anxiety, depression, stress-related disorders, self-isolation, change in behavior and mood, self-harm, and suicide. When looking at the consequences, we can see that it not only affects the victim, but also society and the bully as well. When it comes to the victims, all those things that I had previously mentioned, such as anxiety and self-harm, can manifest as psychological struggles within the victim. How this affects society is that these recurring issues or consequences of cyberbullying could put a strain on society's resources. And what I mean by that is not having enough money allocated to the appropriate resources that would be needed to help such victims deal with their emotional, mental, and physical trauma from the bullying. Without society being properly equipped to help these victims of trauma, the cycle of sociological trauma and struggle could continue for years to come. As for the bully, without proper punishment, it can give them the sense of freedom without consequences and even help to continue their behavior and even escalate that behavior. When it comes to who would benefit from the acts of cyberbullying, there is no one who truly benefits at the end of the day. The victims are left to deal with the emotional and physical trauma that could affect them in certain aspects of their lives for years to come. Society would be left with having to deal with this growing crisis and the inevitable fallout that should negative behavior cause. That can host its own issues if society is not prepared for the challenge in ways like enough mental health programs, outreach programs, and other resources. The bullies may think that they benefit, but the nearly 30% of students who engage in bullying will face bullying themselves. With the rise in school shootings that have been caused by excessive bullying, those in office have brought attention to the consequences of bullying. However, while it is a serious issue, it has not garnered the same attention as underage drinking and drugs. The Anti-Bullying Act. Despite the lackluster response from those in power regarding cyberbullying, the Anti-Bullying Act was passed in 2013 in order to protect students from further bullying, requiring schools to adopt policies to help address bullying. Unfortunately, not only is the law not enough, but more people should be involved with helping this issue, from congressmen to teachers, businesses, and social medias, and everyone in between. As for the role of science and research in this area, it is important because those roles help people learn the cause and effect of this issue. Research also helps us to stay informed and make informed decisions, show us steady trends of how this social issue is doing within our community, as well as showing us solutions that work and may not work and have no impact at all.